This video will show you how to put together this cute little bunny belly treats box from Simply Crafty SVGs. So I created this project. These are all the pieces, but I have a little optional flower. But I created this because I know that a lot of people are doing the little candy belly boxes, but I was curious to find out if I could do one without having to buy something. So basically, this is the reason I did this was to see if I could make it all out of paper. So it really was a challenge for myself, but I think it came out pretty good. So we have these two pieces that has to do with the actual box, the belly. And then we have this back piece, which we're not going to pull on, but it's the piece that, here's the head, so let me just pull that back. This back piece, you can see that it has, I didn't put a solid line on that one, but you can just pull it to rip it open and it'll fold back, so it's a rip open. So we'll have to put the candy, you have to have the candy before you put on the belly, so I'll remind you of that when we get to that part. But basically it's mostly just layered. So we're just going to start putting the layers together, and then we'll go ahead and put the belly part together. So you'll have these two pieces plus a vellum piece, or you can also put another piece of cardstock, which will go in there so you can see what the contents are. But you could always put a cardstock if you don't have, not vellum, acetate. I use, you can usually get a small piece, but I have it on hand. I use transparencies. That's what I use. So anyways, we're going to put that aside. So this and this piece. We're going to put together this little flower. I already curled the petals on the side here. So I'm going to curl these. So this is just a simple addition to put a flower in, like the next to an ear or whatever. So this is just a little simple stylus. Don't need anything special. And you can offset it like that. So these go in between the other petals. My brain keeps on thinking leaves. Sometimes my brain gets confused. I'm going to just pop this middle on. So that's super simple. So we'll put that aside. So now we'll take all these pieces. Let's get the feet. So it is textured cardstock. So I'm going to put them. These are the hands, the arms. So I'm going to put those aside. Those go on later. But these line up like that. And they are slightly smaller, believe. Let me see, double check that. Well, they're the same size. I thought they were smaller for some reason. So we're just going to line these up. Just going around the edges. You can verify it on the top. And then we'll put together the face. Actually, this one's a little bit smaller in the top. You can see this here. It's not going to affect it. I'm going to fix that. You won't see that in the file. And then these are the arms. So let's go ahead with the face. So it's going to go like this. I'm going to put them in the layers. This. These three. Those go like that. So that's how we're going to layer them. So we can do these small pieces. So you want to do this top layer because it has the cut in it. Be careful getting it on the other side or near the opening. So I'm going to just kind of line it up. And so I got a little glue there, so I'm making sure. So just line it up. Pop the little nose on. This is pretty easy. I'm sure, I mean, this has been going on for a while, these candy boxes, belly boxes, but I'm one of those that doesn't like to spend, I don't want to go hunting for everything that I need, so I like to see what I can do out of the things I have. So always put glue on the layer above, so you know where the openings are. So line it up. So we're going to continue to do this for the rest of them. So if you do like our projects, I always ask if you can give us a little thumbs up or like on the video, and or subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. And if you hit that little notification bell to the right, you'll be notified when we have new content. So just go ahead carefully. That's why I don't put glue too close to the opening, so I can have a little wiggle room. So if I have to wiggle it around, the glue won't show. So just two more here. So you could pop that up if you wanted to, but it's pretty thick. So let's go ahead and put that down there. Just make sure the layers below are not there so we don't get glue where we don't want it. And then this one. So if you do like this type of project, this type of design, and you like the option of not having to buy a different product to finish it, let me know. You could always send a note to me with our contact via our contact form on simplycraftysvgs.com. Then I know which things you like and don't like. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the face. So at this point, we want to stop here. We don't want to attach it, because what we'll have to do is attach the belly first, and then we can put on the rest of these. The flowers, the feet, the arms, and the face. So let's put those aside. And we'll go ahead and put the belly together. So now we're going to put together this part. So what you want to do is kind of curl these, and you could use a tool like a stylus like this, or you could use a bone folder too. So you want to do that. I just misplaced it for a minute. And as you're doing it, you want to fold these down. So they might get in the way. I know you can curl it. The best thing is probably curl it and then fold the tabs down. And then fold this down. So curl it. Using a tool you have, you can use a pen or a pencil. So it gives it a round look. And then to get these out of the way. I still have a couple tabs I need to fold, but that'll get us started. So when you fold these tabs down here, I'm going to come back again. I'm just going ahead and folding them with a mountain fold, which is folding down. And that's mountains down, and then the opposite way would be a valley fold. So I'm just going to get all these sides done. Make sure these are folded. And then what I would do is pull these, we want it in a valley fold. So you can come here. Going to use the tip of my bone folder. We're just training it because we'll need that to glue it onto this piece right here, since we're not there yet. But you want to do this while it's in this condition because it'll be easier to get the fold. So folding that way helps, and then coming backwards. So I'm kind of doing it. So if you have a crisp fold with the mountain fold, it's going to help to go backwards. Sometimes it tears a little bit like that, but we're not going to be, not tears it. You can see it weakens it, but you shouldn't be able to see much of that. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of fold those down. I'm being really gentle because we don't want to weaken them to the point where they tear. So now all we're going to do is glue these pieces together. So make sure it's folded everywhere around here really well. So we want to do that before we glue it together. So you can see curling it helps us get the shape. Take my glue here and put glue on the 3 tabs. Try not to get glue on your fingers so you don't get it on this, the outside of this. So we want to line up this little edge to the tab folds. So you start at the top one, go down, and you kind of putting my thumb over there so I know it's lined up. And then getting the last one. So we're going to do this on all sides. So I'll show you another one. So folding them in helps too. So once you fold them, make sure they're folded in so they don't just get stuck willy-nilly where you don't want them. So hold it whatever feels comfortable. Start at the first one. Make sure that one is lined up and pretty secure before you go to the second one. And then I see I'm not touching it yet. That third one. We're going to just go to the third one. That's what it looks like on the inside. So we'll go ahead and finish this, and then we'll put on, actually right now, we should have done that already. Let's put the vellum piece. So you could put that on right away. So let me go ahead and put that on. Again, you could use, I just forgot to put that on. You could use cardstock if you want. But I'm just going to add glue to the edge of this and then place this and try to get it as centered as possible. It is slightly smaller. We just don't want glue to show on the other side, so you just want to be really careful. So I'm just going to get my little damp paper towel here, wash my fingertips off, make sure I don't get glue. So that's the little window that you'll be able to see through. So I'll go ahead and finish this so you can watch me finish it, and then we'll put it all together. I have some candy to put in. So now that we've got this together, we're going to go ahead and put it on this piece. So we'll go ahead and, now that we have these tabs folded back the way we want, we're just going to take one tab. I have a little bit of blockage here. Let me get that cleared. A little pin that I put in there if I wait too long. I'm going to go ahead and add glue to this one tab. Don't get too much glue towards the fold, but you want to get it close to it. Making sure the textured side is up. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to fold this under. I'll flip it over in a moment. So we're just going to glue it to the back like this. And I find it's easiest for me, I'm going to flip all these back in to get through. I find it's easier for me to go across from the first tab that I glued. So we're going to do that. So it'll like center it like that. Then I'll take the last two tabs on either side, just kind of gently guide that around. Make sure that this little edge is lining up to in the tab fold there. I'm going to do the last two. So I have to kind of scooch this through. There we go. So we can get it lined up. Go down here, just add pressure that way. So now it's ready to put on. So if you don't have candy right now, you would probably have to wait for this part. So now that we have all the pieces that we need, in order for you to put this together, you'll need the candy, of course. So if you don't have the candy, then you can do this later once you have candy. But if you do have candy, I'm going to put these little, I'm going to make sure the nice part's up. So I'm going to put 4 pieces of candy, make sure they're flat. Do 3. Anyways, you want to fit everything enough so it doesn't go beyond this. So I'm just going to do 3. Bag of jelly beans or something like that. Oops. I'm going to flip it over. Actually, what I'm going to do is do this. So you can put more in there. I know I just put a couple. Let me see if I can get a 4th one in. I'm just trying. I'm determined to get 4 of these in. There we go. What I would do is just do this upside down and flip it the other way. So we want to line it up right here on the circular area. So we want to line it up there. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just showing you that before I add glue. So when you add it, I would do it upside down. So we can line it up. So when I put it on, I'm just kind of hesitant here. I'm going to add glue around the edges. I'm going to put the texture side down, so the cocked ear would be on the left. So I want to make sure that I'm going to want the flat side on top. I'm going to line it up at the bottom there. Oops. So I'm just going to flip it over real quick. Then I can really truly line it up. It looks like I lined it up really well. Then I can glue it on. So if you're wondering how that back plate piece comes off, just from the back, they have a little glue on there. From the back, they would just tear it open like that. And then the candy would come out. So it's a one-time use, obviously. I will, if you people like this design or something similar to this, I'll create something that's not non-destructive to open and close it on the back. Now we can put all the details. So now that we have it on, just make sure you get it good and secured around there. If you hear a little clippy clop behind me or clicks, that's my dog walking on our laminate floor behind me. So just line that up. So yeah, it is a little bottom heavy for sure. You want to hold it by the bottom part. Once you start flipping it around, you don't want to, it's one you're going to hold like that. So they can hold it like that, and that's stable, but you don't want to hold it by the head like I did. And I'm going to go ahead and add the feet. And these feet were corrected from the beginning. I don't know why they were a little bit off. I kind of know why, but sometimes I make weird decisions last minute and I just didn't follow through correctly. Put the feet on. And then if you want to add the little flower there, you can. I'm trying to see about where I like it. I mean, as far as if for some reason you don't have acetate or a window, you can always put that on there too. But it looks kind of funny. It wasn't intended to go there. So I'm just going to curl these a little bit. I'm going to curl it kind of back. So it's holding it. So I'm going to hit a dot of glue here. Just going to put a little dot of glue there too to get it to sit on the side there. You see where I'm putting the glue, right? Just so it goes a little bit over the edge. You can do whatever feels good to you. There's no exact rule, but I'm just trying to get on the same side, same placement as the other side. I'm just going to see where it naturally hits. Hold that for a bit before you start playing around with attaching it. So I'm just going to see where it attaches and just add a little bit of where it touches. Just a little bit of glue to get that in place. There's not a whole lot. So I'm just gluing a little piece to it. And you can make it go up. You can see how I have it angled up right there. And we can go ahead and, I don't want to do smack in the middle. I think I would like it right there. Let me see. What do you think? I don't think it needs it. Maybe a little smaller file. If you want to put that on, that's up to you. I think I'm going to omit it, but keep it in the file. So that's it. I know they're not like super even, but it's kind of my version of a little candy belly box, or belly treats box, I'm calling it. Okay? I hope you like this project, and I thank you so much for watching.